Like, you sure Steve Rogers hasn't killed anyone, bro?
Nah. That's exactly what I'm talking about, bro. That was flying through that yo, gang. It wasn't that serious, bro. Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's veegeedajunkie, and we are reacting to a reasonable Crashouts by Waves. We definitely gonna see how reasonable these Crashouts is, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a crash out myself, you know what I'm saying? They don't understand though. Like, I'm really quiet, but behind the scenes, bro, don't get me mad, bro. I really get angry. You know what I'm saying? Please subscribe, make sure you follow the Twitch too, you know what I'm saying? I'm live there every day, bro.
It's pointing out a double standard here, Adrian. I mean, take hip-hop. We talked about this on the show before. You have African-American rappers saying inward this and inward that, but a Caucasian can't. So say it. Say what?
Say it.
Say the word you want to say. I'm not saying that I want to say it. I'm just saying that I can't.
No, say it, bruh. Why you acting sweet now, bruh? Say it. Say it. Say it, man. Why you gonna bring it up if you not like that, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I brought it up, bruh, on my life, I'm saying the hard ER with it, bruh. You are a nigga. That's just me, though. But I ain't gonna lie. If he did say it, what would have happened? I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Would he have gotten up the chair and just started, that would have been me if I was the ball. You know what I'm saying? If I was him, I would have probably swung. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, say it right now. I'll say it
with you.
We all familiar with them. People that be bunging for no reason. People that be over-exaggerating certain scenarios and just be taken out of context 99% of the time. Shit, I crashed out when I saw that I switched 2 games was £75, fam. Are you mad, bruv? That's like a whole shift at work. And with the whole cost of living crisis we got out here in the UK, you're trying to get me to spend that to play Mario Kart, which is a game you can only play online. Suck your mom, bro. What are you talking about? But for real though, crashing out is an art. It's amazing how some people's first reaction to anything is to start moving like Grunt from the cruise, or for them to throw the quickest tantrum possible, like their power levels rising, or they going 0 to 100 like they from obstacle. But a lot of crashouts are low-key justified. I mean, most of the time these men are just acting out after carefully warning people, or just asking polite. And as your host of today's video, I'll be sharing and telling you why these
at the end of the day, if there's any kids watching this video, please do not hang out with a crash out, bro. They will ruin your life, man. You know what I'm saying? They will ruin their life first, but they'll make sure they ruin your life after they ruin their life first. You know what I'm saying? Remember that.
We'll crash out, starting with the man himself, John Walker. And before I even talk about this man, look at the glaze he's recently been getting with the success of the Thunderbolts movie. It's times like this I think that as a Marvel fan myself, I actually sometimes question the community because they were hating on this man for no reason. Don't get twisted. I'm guessed that you man are finally recognizing peak. But I've been saying this since Falcon and the Winter Soldier, fam. John Walker has always been cold, fam. His suit was peak, the fights were fire, and his story was peak. US Agent is such a cool character, but he got sold completely in the story. He was more than qualified to be Captain America through his accolades, achievements, and physical capabilities. He was an S-tier rank for this role, bro. Big man take. I mean, shit. If we're being completely honest here, after I watched Thunderbolts with my boy, I think John could beat Steve in a fight, and it might not even be close, fam. After that super.
Okay, so this is the Captain America 2.0, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? This is I'm not gonna call him Captain America. This Captain Hawaii, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, he only served one part of the country, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie, cause you saying he better than Steve, my nigga. Steve, the one that was fighting World War II. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing shields at us. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, you should have seen the way he was throwing shields at niggas, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, there was a clip I saw, he was flying through the sky with his shields. Oh, these shields in the kneel, that nigga was flying. But this nigga was straight trying to murder niggas, and you saying Captain Hawaii better than Steve? Nah, he must have done something better than that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Something he did, which I didn't even know they could do, fam. I didn't even know that was possible. They had me in the cinema with my mouth dropped. I didn't know he could do that. It was crazy, fam. But seriously, John Walker had every right to bug out and do what he had to do in the show. And you know, I'm just gonna cut the shit and get to the part where everybody supposedly throws shade to this guy. So the moment that made everybody hate John Walker, which is mostly the part where he killed the flag smasher, and everybody saying things like, oh, the guy was trying to surrender. A hero doesn't kill. And by far my favorite one, Steve Rogers wouldn't have done this. Like, you sure Steve Rogers hasn't killed anyone, bro?
Nah. That's exactly what I'm talking about, bro. That nigga was flying through that yo, gang. It wasn't that serious, bro. Look at him, just throwing that bit with all his force. But y'all gotta remember, he was an army veteran, bro. He used to killing. You know what I'm saying? He been killing since the beginning of time, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let's be honest, superheroes have killed a bunch of people regardless of them being bad guys or not. Most of the time we don't even count them as kills because they be doing way worse shit most of the time. With that being said, let me give you a deep analysis of the scenario which led John Walker to even kill the Flag Smasher in the first place. So before this even happens, the leader of the Flag Smashers, Carly, or better known as Pebbles bro from Top Boy, was planning to separate all the man them and kill John Walker in the first place. So Bucky and Sam get to her and realize they start Walker, so they start moving to his location ASAP. Fast forward now and they're all scrapping with the rest of the terrorists. And in this scene, John Walker gets grabbed by the man he kills later, who attempts to hold him so Pebbles can kill him with a knife, bro. So Battlestar tackles Carly and then she just punches the life out of my man, killing him. And like Naruto was when he thought Hinata died, John Walker was furious, fam. So he starts chasing down the terrorists to find out where Carly's gone, and in pursuit, the terrorist just dashes a concrete bin at him. And bear in mind, I didn't share this at the start, but he's now a super soldier.
Yo, you killed my mans, bro. All hell is loose, gang. What you thought this was, bro? You telling me they was mad that he killed? Yo, gang, nah, you killed, nigga, you killed one of my buddies, my mans. And you think I'm not gonna get back, bro? Are you crazy, bro? You think I'm a bitch? My nigga, this hero shit don't matter to me, nigga. I'm crashing out.
But if he didn't have the serum, he probably would have been knocked out or worse. So John Walker finally chases my man down and does the deed. And look at Carly looking all shocked at one of her brethren died when she was killing innocent people the entire show. She blew up a building full of people, took hostages, and did a whole GTA rando out the car to even kill the hostages. I guess it was saving them. The GOAT himself, John Walker, fam. The show was painting John Walker as a bad guy from the start. Like Bucky and Sam were hating on him for no reason when him and Battlestar were just trying to do their job. Remember, the only reason why John Walker was even able to turn into Captain America was because Sam's dumbass decided not to take the opportunity for Captain America himself. He was handpicked by the man and he decided to take it and give it to the government. Like, bro, it's your fault that shit even happened in the first place.
And Bucky, me, I would have never gave it to the government. You know what I'm saying? You see, they always trying to do this, bro. Like, why? For what? What was the purpose, man? You got that shield, you could have got the serum, and you could have became a strong. Yo, you could have been one of that nigga, bro. Plus the wings, yo, oh my gosh, you would have been him. Yo, he really threw that opportunity away just to have some wings. My nigga, no serum. Yeah, you gonna get bitch. My nigga, you is not gonna. Come on, bro.
He was just hating because he wasn't Steve. He was up there gobbling Steve shit so bad that he couldn't see that somebody else would have eventually picked up the mantle of Captain America. And instead of being a comrade and a friend, he just became a hater, bro. And by far, this is the worst version of Bucky in the MCU, fam. His trim is shit, bro. His barber don't mess him up, fam. Yeah, don't get me wrong. John Walker definitely had his flaws. Like right after he killed the Flag Smasher and started scrapping with Bucky and Sam, he was low-key trying to kill them. I'll be honest, he was crazy here. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he was treated poorly by other superheroes. Yes, John Walker was working for the government, and Bucky and Sam weren't. But that doesn't mean you give the guy mistreatment. That was just mad unprofessional. Especially from unks who've been in the game collectively for like 100 years. What the hell is wrong with you two? The type of treatment these two were given Walker and Battlestar was something Steve would have never done. And they were both mentioning his morals and ideals significantly in the show just to never be behind it themselves. And another thing going back to Carly was when Sam was out here saying she wasn't a terrorist, acting like he didn't know the type of shit she was doing. The writing in this show was so twisted. They tried to justify Carly's actions so much more and practically painted John Walker as more of a villain to some people. How is that even possible, bro? I'm happy that John Walker is finally getting recognized for how cool he is now with how cold the Thunderbolts movie was. But even before this, Marvel fans were just hating on him because he wasn't Steve. And fans act like Steve was a golden boy, like he wasn't throwing his shield at 70 miles per hour and shooting a bunch of people.
Nah, but Steve was that nigga though. Let's not lie. Steve was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He done turned Captain America's name to who the fuck is that nigga to niggas know about Captain America, you know what I'm saying?
Marvel fans are so delusional, bro. You were holding on to John Walker's kill like Iron Man didn't murder a bunch of terrorists in his movie. Like remember, before John Walker became US agent, he killed one person as Captain America. One person, fam. And it wasn't even someone special. It was a terrorist who was about to get him murdered. People hate on John Walker need to jump off their high horse, man, for real. But John Walker is a sick character, and I'm happy people are starting to jump on that opinion. Thunderbolts was such a cold movie, and as a Marvel fan, I can say we're back, fam. For real though, the John Walker hate was never justified, and this Crashout killing the Flag Smasher just made sense in the moment. Fans were just hating at this because he wasn't Steve. And just because the writers want you to dislike a character shouldn't mean that they're actually an unlikable character. John Walker was a real victim of the show, being mistreated and disrespected by comrades, being significantly weaker than every foe they had to face in the show, which probably caused him to take the serum. Because in his head, he was probably thinking, if I can't defend anyone, then what's the point of being Captain America? And him seeing his best friend die, the only guy who was by his side to then kill the murderer, to then be demonized as
that's why I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, you everybody in that situation getting back to if they had that serum in them. Gang, let's be honest.
Away from his title by the government who made him into this, and he still took it on the chin and saved the people in the car. This gave me mad respect for Walker, bro, I'll be honest. And when I saw his redemption in the fans, that's when I knew we were doing something right. And now it's time for the next crash out. Benson from Regular Show. To this day, to me, Regular Show is one of the most...
No, when I was watching, I thought Benson was tripping. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was just one of them bosses like, oh my gosh, bro, ain't nobody want to hear your bubble gum ass head talk, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But as I grew older, gang, I'm seeing, bro, you got two grown ass niggas, bro. They not doing no type of work you paying them for, gang. You know what I'm saying? I would have been fired them niggas, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm finding somebody else. I don't know how he kept it up with this long, bro. You know what I'm saying? I asked you to sweep the house. You know what I'm saying? Just sweep, rake up the leaves. Next thing you know, you got a horse telling you got to make a shot before the whole world goes to hell, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? Yo, gang, nah, I can't deal with that no more. You know what I'm saying? I understand Benson now.
Rewatchable cartoons of all time. It's like you get a different perspective or viewpoint of it every time you watch it at a different stage of your life. When I was a kid, I used to hate Benson, bro. To me, when I was younger, he was just a guy who used to get angry at Mordecai Rigby all the time. He was just mad, uptight, and annoying. Like, when I was a kid, I used to hate how strict teachers were. And at the time, I used to relate Benson to a teacher so much I'd low-key dislike my man heavy. But what I've come to realize as I've become more and more conscious, self-aware, and have experienced more life as I've grown up is that I feel bad for Benson low-key. Benson just wanted all his employees to just do their jobs and commit. And instead of getting that, most of them were just slacking, especially Mordecai and Rigby. Benson just wanted these guys to do simple things like clean a room, fold chairs, take responsibility for any problems they've done. And what do instead? They go slack off or go do something completely random that isn't their job. Time and time again, Benson would have to keep telling Mordecai and Rigby over and over again just to do their jobs, which isn't something you should be telling two grown-ass men to do. They should just be doing it instead. Benson would have to always lash out and start raging at these men. And it got so bad at one point, Pops had to tell him to stop yelling at Mordecai Rigby or else he would be fired. And Mordecai Rigby were taking a piss out of this and took advantage, which literally caused Benson to turn into the sun and started destroying the park. Benson has showed time and time again he just wanted Mordecai Rigby to do their jobs. And we all know every time he threatened to fire Mordecai Rigby, he was never gonna fire them. He only said that so he could push some sort of urgency and get them to do their job. But instead of doing their jobs, they'll just go on some...
Imagine having them niggas as your co-workers, gang. Like, yo, gang, like, next thing you know, bruh, I'm raking the leaves, my nigga, but the next thing you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna have my whole body disappear because they was fighting an evil baby from outer space, you know what I'm saying, that's green but turns purple every time it gets mad. And when it turns purple, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden it just takes every single part of organs inside my body, you know what I'm saying. Like, why am I a part of that, gang? I was over here, now you brought me into this shit, now I gotta help you defeat the evil baby, my nigga, so we can stay safe. Yo, gang, that's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I would hate them having my co-workers, nigga.
Some random side quest that destroys the park 99% of the time. Like, if I was Mordecai Rigby's manager, I would be tweaking out as well, fam. These guys never took their job seriously. Benson never asked him to do any complicated shit. All he would ask him to do were baby chores we were all doing at like 9 years old. And instead, Mordecai Rigby were treating us like it was the hardest thing to do possible. Benson's anger and rage towards his employees is the most justified point I've made in this video. Because it's not only that he's their boss and that it's his responsibility to hold them accountable to their jobs and make sure everything...
And I feel like when they was doing their job, actually doing their job, he was chill too, bro. He was very chill, bro. He wasn't even tripping, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Gets done. But it's also the fact that Benson cares about his employees. Like I mentioned earlier, time and time again, he's wanted to fire Mordecai Rigby. Like, he literally says this every episode. And he did fire them in one, but they quit anyway, so don't even count. Just didn't work out for these men. But majority of the time, Benson just says it as a threat so they can do their jobs. Benson has a soft spot for Mordecai Rigby. Like, at the time Mordecai was depressed about Margaret and he told Mordecai to go speak to Margaret to get closure. By the time he helped Rigby to pass a foreign language class to graduate high school. And he even helped save them in the stick hockey episode after he got rid of it because Mordecai Rigby yet again didn't do their job. But by far the saddest moment of Benson is the episode where Mordecai Rigby destroys a car and Mr. Mailer puts the responsibility of that on Benson or else he's gonna fire him. So he has to go drive all the way to the dealership all day to get there. And Mordecai Rigby sneak their way onto his car, and since Benson is driven out too far already, he agrees and lets them stay with him to drive to the dealership. And during the drive they start chilling and having fun. And there's even a moment where Benson tells Mordecai Rigby the reason why he gets mad at them all the time is just because he wants them to do better and push them for that. Benson then hands them the responsibility to keep driving since he's gonna take a nap. And Mordecai Rigby
see, that was the first problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be, nigga, you gave him the car, nigga. What the fuck you was gonna expect? You know what I'm saying? Just expect God and Jesus to come down for the rapture, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
Had to take a detour, drive into an arcade, and spend all night at the arcade. And then we just get this sad scene from Benson.
I'm about to lose my job! You may not care about keeping your jobs, but I care about keeping mine. Because if I lose my job, I have nothing. Do you hear me? I have nothing.
All Benson wanted to do was get these men
all
to
he
take their
wanted.
job seriously, do better in their lives, make something of themselves. But instead of that, they just messed up. They just messed about, which slowly had repercussions and problems toward Benson, since he's their manager and takes responsibility for any job or work they haven't done yet. I mean, Mordecai Rigby most of the time will complete a task or something, but it's normally at the cost of something else. Like when Benson, who was very extreme for this, I'm not gonna lie to you, hired a bounty hunter to find his car, and Mordecai Rigby stole the car to fix the window they broke, which eventually caused the bounty hunter to just blow up the car, but the glass stayed. Like, that's a piss take, I'm gonna be honest, fam. But for real though, if we're keeping it 100, for us adults now that used to watch regular show when we were kids, probably sympathize with Benson a lot more now, as we ourselves have grown.
See, I still love Mordecai Rigby, but them niggas ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they one of the 2 worst co-workers to ever have besides you. You know what I'm saying? They, like, oh my goodness, they should never be able to work another job in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Gained a lot more responsibilities and realized way more now. Mordecai Rigby were in the wrong most of the time. And really and truly, they should have been fired a long time ago, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. And now for my final crash out. And before I even enlighten you on why this person was right for getting angry, I'm gonna paint a picture for you so you can get the most out of this explanation. We all most likely have somebody in our lives we hate. It's deep in our bones, deep in our hearts. I'm talking about when you hear their name, you get
oh, my fault, man. I guess.
furious, fam. You just start raging with envy when they start winning and you don't. And you weren't always like this. You and this person used to be friends, comrades, something like brothers. People couldn't separate you two sometimes because of how close you were. But then they betrayed you. They let you down in your darkest hour. They fumbled when you needed them most. And after that moment, you vowed to never trust a human soul like that ever again. Now I want you to take all the anger I've just helped you resurface and throw it at Dinkleberg and scream it with me. Bun Dinkleberg, man. Everything in Mr. Turner's life was ultimately horrible because of Dinkleberg. The weather was horrible. Dinkleberg. His tie didn't match his shirt. Dinkleberg. The Turner household ran out of milk. Dinkleberg. And when I was younger, I used to watch very.
My nigga Dinkleberg was chilling. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I forgot what Dinkleberg did, but like this nigga was chilling most of the time, gang. Like this nigga wasn't even doing nothing, bro. That nigga just got a butt chin, gang. That's all. Oh, was that his daddy? Was that Timmy Turner's daddy?
Parents. Often I just thought that Mr. Turner was a hater. However, I have some strong evidence here which justifies the hate against Dinkleberg. In the episode where Timmy goes back in time, we can see his parents. And before Mr. Turner was with his wife, she was close to Dinkleberg. Now I know that's a relatable feeling when you see fine shit but they already with somebody else. That shit gets me heated for real. Not to mention, Dinkleberg is a huge rage baiter. This guy would spend time out of his day to go bug and annoy Mr. Turner on some dumb shit, whether he used to show off him being rich or even just come to his house for no reason to gloat and be passive aggressive. We all know what it's like to be rage baited by that one person who consistently does it to the point where you all fall for it. And Mr. Turner was getting this
he was that good. He was good at it. Nah, he was on his rage baiting shit. Nah, Dinkleberg was that one on his rage baiting shit. Or imagine you so bad the nigga, he just so happy, like he just making sure that you see him, he being happy, bro. Oh yeah, nah, he too good.
On daily from his
you know what he doing? He a master.
When he became a dad and was raising Timmy, Dinkleberg was consistently baiting this man and it was working.
Good.
He even convinced Mr. Turner to try and kill this guy several times. Believe me, if I could wake up tomorrow with Toon Force and blow up my enemy, I probably would. I'll be honest. As peaceful as I am, I hate some brothers, but we ain't gonna go into that. But to get real here, I'm sure the hate Mr. Turner had towards Dinkleberg was just because he was jealous of Dinkleberg for having no kids. And the Dink in Dinkleberg stands for dual income, no kids. And that's how they're so rich compared to the Turners who can't afford half the stuff the Dinklebergs be buying. And that's probably why Mr. Turner carried some hate for Dinkleberg in the future. Also, Timmy was ruining a bunch of stuff for his dad, like losing awards he should have won, but then they got handed to Dinkleberg, which is a piss take. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'd be heated at that. And as an adult, I can humbly say, but Dinkleberg, I hate Dinkleberg. You hate Dinkleberg. We all hate Dinkleberg. But this guy, man. But ladies and gentlemen, we at the end of the flick. If you got any more reasonable crash outs I haven't mentioned in this video, put them in the comment section below because I want to see some different ones. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope you all have a blessed day and I'll see you in the next one.
He was good crash outs, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. You know what I'm saying? I will see you next time. I will see you next time. I will see you next time. I will see you next time, though. Like, I will see